Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any. I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Casa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people from money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where card games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI and this legal team. And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States Attorney to bring this case, because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone of due process. And that's the brilliance of this system. That's the brilliance of this administration. Everyone will be held to account. So with that, I turn it over to United States Attorney Nosell.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And I had to just jump in and give my little 2 cents on this whole situation because at the end of the day, this is ruining the game of basketball. And I made a joke maybe a couple years ago, or just casually with my friends, when I just threw up the whole started the conversation of just like how these sports, some of these major sports teams are rigged. Some of these outcomes in these games are rigged, they're predetermined, and people used to laugh and get kind of upset with me when they're like, well, you watch wrestling or you watch certain things that's quote unquote fake. And I said, at the end of the day, all of this is just entertainment. And this scandal that's going on right now with Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier is just a clear-cut situation of the integrity of the game is being tarnished when it comes to betting, when it comes to just just the nature of these sports. So much money that's involved that it can get to a point where I just think that the integrity of the competition is kind of undermined. And really from a coaching standpoint, how can I explain to a kid that I need for you to give it your all? I need for you to go, balls to the wall, be super competitive, when some of them might come to me after hearing this story and just say, man, is basketball legit? Or sports legit? And when I mean legit, is it on the up and up? It shouldn't be no reason why games or NBA game or sports things can be predetermined. But what this is showing right now is that things are rigged. When you got the mafia that's involved, when you got all of these prop bets and sports betting, and every time you look up, you see another sponsor of an underdog, of a DraftKings, and this is a top-down approach to. We as a high school basketball coach, we take our cues from the next level. We take our cues from the next level up, whether if it's college or if it's the professional or the NBA route. And this right here is just it's a blow to the game. It's a blow to society, because the NBA is going to just, if the numbers have already been tanking when it comes to just viewership, with the streaming, with some of the kids just watch clips and highlights, that this is just another way or another reason for fans not to trust the NBA product or just professional sports in general. Now, you're going to get some outliers that may not be too concerned about this, or it's just another form of entertainment. But I think the NBA has a big problem on their hands when it comes to this. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm eager to see how this is gonna play out, but I'm eager to hear what your thoughts are. So tell me what you think. I'm gonna be following this story. Hope to catch you guys on the next video.